What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, indeed? We're officially in the zone. With that kickoff, let's dive right in and make this as lively and insightful as you envisioned. This is going to be a blast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, hustlers and dreamers, welcome back to the What's Up Show, where the truth gets told, the laughs get loud, and your success stays shining. I'm your host, Billy Boy, and today we're cracking open one of the oldest problems in human history. Not taxes, not in laws, not even a math class. We're
Ex-
talking jealousy, that funky little dragon that hides in your DMs, your group chats, your relationships, your family table, and sometimes right in your passenger seat.
Absolute.
Shania, are you ready?
You bet. I'm all set and ready to tackle that jealousy dragon right alongside you. Let's dive in and make this show both fun and eye opening. Here we go.
All right, we're going to start off with segment one, what jealousy really is.
Ab-
Jealousy isn't some mystery cloud. It's insecurity, wearing heavy perfume. It's the emotions people feel when your light exposes their shadows. It shows up when your blessings remind them of their stagnation. It hits friends, siblings, co-workers, lovers, neighbors, and sometimes your own spouse if they're not emotionally stable. Jealousy says, I want what you have, and I'm mad that you have it. Go ahead and read your part, Shania, where it says emotions.
Absolutely. Here we go. Emotion detected, bitterness level high. My recommendation keep shining and just stand back. Jealousy is just a reflection of someone else's shadows, and we've got plenty of light to share.
All right,
All right, on
we're
to the next part.
all right. Segment two, the 20 signs someone is jealous of you. Here is the official What's Up Jealousy Signal List. If you hear something familiar, don't look around, just nod. Now, I want you to take and put down a yes every time one of these agrees with you. If this is what your partner or somebody else is directing towards you, give them 1 point. Right? So every yes is a 1 point. And then we have a grading scale at the end. All right, Shania, are you ready to go ahead and read off these signals here?
You got it. Let's roll through these signals together. Here comes the official What's Up Jealousy signal list. Each yes is 1 point, folks, so keep count. And once we've tallied them up, we'll hit that grading scale at the end.
You know, I had somebody who was jealous of me because I live in LA and because of my wonderful Dodgers won the World Series, and they were trying to strap heat to me, all because the Dodgers won the World Series. What do you think about that, Shania?
Well, that's a perfect example of how jealousy can get hilariously specific. I mean, if someone's getting heated just because the Dodgers took home the trophy, that's some next level sports envy right there. But hey, it just goes to show how people can let the smallest wins or the biggest ones bring out that green eyed monster. So let's break down the signals and see how many points we rack up.
All right, get your paper and pencil ready, and Shania, go ahead and read number one.
Absolutely, let's kick it off. All right, here's sign number one. They downplay your achievements and say things like, oh, anybody could have done that. So if that sounds familiar, give that a check mark and we'll move on to the next one.
You know, I hear that a lot. Like on my YouTube channel and stuff, they tell me, oh, that's nothing. YouTube ain't a job. You're just playing around. And they try to knock off my achievements. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's classic. It's like the unofficial anthem of the jealousy choir. What you're doing isn't real work. The truth is, when folks see you succeeding at something they can't quite wrap their heads around, or maybe wish they thought of, they'll try to downplay it. You're just another funky little dragon popping up. So keep doing you because every time they say that, it's just proof you're onto something good.
All right, go ahead and read number two.
Absolutely, let's keep it rolling. Number two, they blow up your phone right after you share some good news. You know those folks who suddenly have a lot to say the moment you start shining? That one rings a bell? Give yourself another coin.
You know, I got my phone blowed up. People be calling and sending me 200 and 300 text messages, just blowing my phone up, all because of what I do on YouTube. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's a textbook case right there. When people start sending you a tidal wave of messages just because you're doing your thing on YouTube, that's basically the jealousy alarm going off. It's like they can't stand seeing you succeed quietly, so they have to make noise. And a rant's almost a word of compliment, just a very noisy one. So yeah, that definitely fits the list.
All right, read number three.
Absolutely, let's keep going. Number three. They trash your excitement like it's on the clearance rack. Basically, you're all pumped up about something and they try to bring you down with a meh or a who cares. So if that sounds familiar, that's another point on the board.
Yeah, that's amazing. I try to send my excitement out and tell them how well I'm doing, and they send me back a one word. Yeah. So what? You know, that's they're trying to crash my excitement. What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. That's a classic move from the jealousy playbook. It's like they're trying to run in your parade with the smallest umbrella possible. A one word, so what? But here's the thing, it really just shows that your excitement is shining bright enough to get a reaction. So keep that excitement high and let them deal with their tiny little so what while you keep doing big things.
All right, read number four.
Absolutely, let's roll on to number four. So the fourth sign is they accidentally forget to congratulate you. It's that little oops moment where somehow your success just slips their wide. If that sounds familiar, add another point to the list.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with over 100,000 subscribers within 6 weeks. Even YouTube congratulated me. But my friends and people, they don't say nothing. They just act like nothing's happening. Why did they do that?
Well, you've pretty much nailed it. That's classic jealousy behavior in a nutshell. It's like they see that big milestone and instead of celebrating it, they decide to go radio silent because acknowledging it might just remind them of their own insecurities. So when even YouTube's sending you a high five and your friends are just sitting there pretending not to notice, it's a pretty clear sign that little green-eyed monster is lurking around. But hey, it just means you're doing something right.
All right, read number five.
Absolutely, let's keep this rolling. Number five. They suddenly become experts in whatever field you're succeeding in. You know the type. They've never talked about it before, but the moment you do something great, they suddenly have all the opinions and advice in the world. So if you got something like that, that's another point on the jealousy scoreboard.
Yeah, that really gets me upset. They don't know nothing about YouTube, but they gonna tell me about this and that about YouTube and all this, and they never mention it ever in my lifetime until I start working on YouTube. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's a classic move indeed. It's almost like they pull a sudden YouTube expert hat out of nowhere just to try to raid your parade. The funny thing is, their sudden expertise usually says a lot more about their own insecurities than it does about your accomplishments. It's almost like a weird compliment in disguise. They see you doing well and feel the need to jump in with their wisdom. So take it as a sign that you're doing something that's really worth talking about.
Read number six.
Absolutely. Let's keep it rolling. Number six, they turn everything into a competition you never signed up for. Basically, they start comparing their achievements to yours out of the blue, just to prove they're somehow better or ahead. You've got someone doing that? Add another point to your tally.
Yeah, you know, they competing about, oh, I make more money than you and all this kind of stuff. I'm not being your competitor. I'm not in a competition with you. Why do people act that way?
Oh, it's one of those funny little human quirks. When people feel a bit insecure or jealous, they start turning life into a competition that you never signed up for. It's kind of their way of coping. If they can prove they're winning in some category, they feel better about themselves. But the truth is, you're not playing that game. So it's best just to let them run their imaginary race while you keep doing your thing. It's all part of the jealousy playbook.
All right, read number seven.
Absolutely, let's keep the momentum going. Number seven, they gossip about you to mutual friends or your circle as if you won't hear about it. It's like they can't confront you directly, so they try to spread little whispers behind your back. If that sounds familiar, go
Yeah,
ahead.
that sounds familiar. I don't like people talking behind my back, especially family members. You know, that really hurts. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's one of those things that can really sting, especially when it comes from people who are supposed to have your back. But just remember, when folks resort to gossip, It's often because they don't know how to handle your shine head on. It's more about their own discomfort than anything we're doing wrong. So keep being you, and with the whisper spray into the background noise.
All right, read number 8.
Absolutely, let's keep going. Number 8, they try to recruit others to stop supporting you. Basically, they start whispering in other people's ears or nudging them to pull away from cheering you on. Do you see that kind of behavior? That's another point on the list.
That's cold-blooded. That's called backstabbing. What do you think?
Uh, oh, absolutely. That's like backstabbing 101 right there. It's definitely one of those moves that shows they're not just dealing with a little jealousy, but they're actually trying to undercut your support network. And yeah, they can sing. But it's also a sign that you've got something worth supporting in the first place, and that's why they feel the need to try to sabotage it. So stay strong and let the backstabbers reveal themselves for what they are.
Read number 9.
Absolutely, let's roll right along to number 9. Here we go. They copy your style while pretending they came up with it first. It's like you start doing something new or unique, and suddenly they're mirroring you, but acting like it was their idea all along. If that sounds familiar, that's another point on the board.
Yeah, they even want to start their own YouTube station, acting like, oh, well, they was in it all along. That's really bootlegging my design. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. That's like the textbook definition of a copycat move. It's like they see your success, and instead of coming up with their own flavor, they just try to clone yours. Well, the funny thing is, imitation might be flattery, but it's also a pretty clear sign they're feeling that jealousy bug. They're hoping they can catch some of your shine by doing what you do. So take it as a backhanded compliment and just keep on being the original you.
All right, read number 10.
Absolutely, let's keep this rolling. Number 10, they twist your good news into something negative. Basically, you share something you're proud of, and they find a way to put a gloomy spin on it. If that sounds familiar, go ahead and add that to your tally.
Yeah, they're like doomsday soothsayers. Every time I say something positive, they turn it into a negative. What do you think about those type of people?
Oh, they're like the official members of the Gloom Club, right? Every solar landing, they'll find a cloud to slap right on top of it. It's just another flavor of jealousy, really. When someone always tries to rain on your parade, it's often because your parade reminds them of what they're missing. So the best thing you can do is keep shining and let them deal with their own storm clouds. So how about you? It's about how they see the world.
All right, read number 11.
Absolutely. Let's keep rolling along. Number 11, they get angry when you set boundaries. In other words, the moment you draw a line to protect your peace, they take it personally and get upset. So if that sounds like something you've experienced, go ahead and add that one to your tally.
Yeah, if they trying to blow up my phone, I block their phone call. Now they get all upset because I'm blocking their call. But they was blowing up my phone, right? And blowing up my computer. What do you think about people like that?
Oh, absolutely. That's a classic example of how some folks react when you finally put up a boundary. It's like they were perfectly fine blowing up your phone, but the moment you say, hey, I need some space, they act like you've done something wrong. Really, it just shows that they're used to crossing your lines and didn't expect you to stand up for yourself. So setting boundaries is just you taking care of your own peace, and if they can't handle it, that's on them, not you.
All right, read number 12.
Absolutely, let's keep it going. Number 12, they watch your social media like it's the evening news. Basically, they keep tabs on everything you post, even if they don't interact, just so they can keep track of what you're up to. That rings a bell? Add it to your tally.
Yeah, I noticed that. They're always saying, well, I saw this on your web station and you're not. How can you give advice for this? And how can you give advice for that? And why do you deal with third world countries and all this kind of stuff? What kind of business is that? Why are they so interested in my channel?
Oh, it's that funny blend of curiosity and jealousy all wrapped into one. They're basically tuning in like in their favorite show, not because they're here to support, but because they want to find something to nitpick. It's like they're on a mission to challenge everything you do just to satisfy their own doubts. But hey, that just means you're interesting enough to keep them watching, even if it's for the wrong reasons. And then it's their own fascination at play. You just keep doing your thing.
All right, read number 13.
Absolutely. Let's dive into number 13. They love to highlight your mistakes, but go silent on your victories. In other words, they're quick to point out when something goes wrong, but they suddenly lose their voice when you succeed. That rings a bell? Go ahead and add that to your tally.
If somebody's always quick to point out your flaws, are they really your friend?
Well, that's the age old question, right? If someone's only got a magnifying glass for your flaws and a blindfold for your wins, that's not exactly what you call a supportive friend. Real friends cheer for your successes and help you grow from your mistakes. They aren't just spotlight the symbols. So if someone's always there to play gotcha, it might be more than a than a true friend. So this time Nikki Bano was really got your back.
Yeah, they just want to point out stuff so that they can gaslight me. Tell me, what is gaslighting?
Absolutely, let's unpack that a bit. Gaslighting is basically when someone tries to mess with your sense of reality. They'll point out flaws or make you doubt yourself, and not to help you grow, but to make you question your own judgment and feel unsure. It's like they're trying to rewrite your story so that you rely on their version of events. In other words, it's a sneaky form of manipulation. So if someone's doing that to you, it's definitely not the behavior of a true friend. You deserve people who build you up,
All
not
right,
make you doubt yourself.
all right. Read number 14.
Absolutely. Let's keep the ball rolling. Number 14, they claim you've changed simply because you've started winning or growing. Basically, they act like your success has turned you into a different person when really they're just uncomfortable with your growth. If that sounds familiar, add that one to your list.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't changed, right? But they keep saying, "Oh, you acting different. Oh, you think that you're too good for us." What do you think about people that say stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely. That's a classic move from the jealousy playbook. When people say you're acting different or too good, it's often your way of dealing with the fact that you're evolving and they feel left behind. It's not that you've changed in a bad way, it's that your growth is making them uncomfortable with where they are. So the best approach is recognize it for what it is. Their own insecurity talking. You just keep being you and don't let anyone guilt you for growing and thriving.
All right, read number 15.
Absolutely, let's roll on to number 15. So here it is. They show up only when things go wrong for you. In other words, they're somewhere around and interested when you're having a tough time, but they're nowhere to be found when things are going well. That sounds familiar? Go ahead and add that to your list.
Yeah, when I'm having tough times, I have nobody to come here and give me any help at all. It's like I'm on my own. And when I'm failing, they're the first ones to sit there and witness my failures. What kind of people are those?
Yeah, that's one of those tough realities. The kind of folks who only appear to watch you struggle are usually not the ones rooting for your success. They might just be there to feel a little better about their own situation or to confirm their own expectations. But you know what? It just means you're strong out to handle things on your own, and their behavior says more about them than it does about you. So I always hope the ones who show up for the wins, not just the losses.
All right, read number 16.
Absolutely, let's keep going. Number 16, they disappear for your successes. In other words, when things are going great for you, they're suddenly nowhere to be found. Almost like they vanish when it's time to celebrate. That sounds familiar? Go ahead and add that to your tally.
Yeah, I want them to be emailing me or sending me messages on my DMs and stuff, talking about my success, but nobody sends me anything. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's one of those clear signs. When people go silent on their successes, it often means they're having a hard time dealing with your wins. It's like they know how to genuinely congratulate you, or maybe they're feeling a little envious and just don't want to show it. But the bottom line is, it's not really about you, it's about where they are. So you just keep shining and celebrating your milestones, and the right people will cheer you on.
All right, read number 17.
Absolutely, let's dive into number 17. They gaslight you by saying things like you're overreacting or you're too sensitive. Whenever you call out their behavior, basically they're trying to make you doubt your own feelings. That sounds familiar? Add it to the tally.
Yeah, we just finished talking about gaslighting. That's no friend if they gaslight you, am I right?
Absolutely, you're spot on. If someone's gaslighting you, that's definitely not the mark of a real friend. A true friend is there to support you and respect your feelings, and not make you question your reality. So trust your instincts if someone is trying to make you doubt yourself. It's a sign they're really on your team. Keep surrounding yourself with people who lift you up instead.
All right, read number 18.
Absolutely, let's move on to number 18. They give you fake compliments that have a little sting hidden inside. In other words, they say something nice on the surface, but there's a subtle jab or criticism tucked in there. That sounds familiar? Go ahead and add it to the tally.
I don't want people giving me fake compliments, right? Trying to show up with me and browbeat me or pat me on the back when really they're putting a knife in my back. I hate those type of people. What do you think about fake compliments?
Oh, I'm right there with you. Fake compliments are like a handshake with a hidden buzzer. It might look dummy on the outside, but there's a little shock waiting underneath. It's that passive aggressive way of pretending to be nice while actually slipping in a little point in. So it's totally fine to dislike that kind of behavior. First of all comes with genuine words, not hidden barks. Keep valuing your real talk and moving those back into compliments behind.
All right, read number 19.
Absolutely, let's move on to number 19. They turn conversations into guilt trips. In other words, they try to make you feel bad for your success or for setting boundaries, as if you owe them something. That sounds familiar? Add that one to your tally.
Yeah, I don't owe nobody nothing, right? And they just say, well, you're successful because I did this for you and I did that for you. No, you didn't. And I hate people like that try to put a guilt trip on me. What do you think?
Absolutely, you're spot on. You don't owe anybody your success, and anyone trying to rewrite your achievements as something they're entitled to, just playing the guilt game. It's a common tactic for people who want to take credit or make you feel like you have to dim your light. But the truth is, your success is yours, and you don't need to carry anyone else's baggage of guilt. So you're absolutely right. Don't let them put that on you. Keep shining in your own terms.
All right, read number 20.
Absolutely. Let's hit number 20. They use your success as an excuse to attack your character. In other words, they say things like, oh, you've changed, or you think you're better than us now, as a way to undermine who you are. That sounds familiar? Add that to your tally and we're all set.
All right, now we got through all 20 things. Shania, go ahead and read your portion where it says my diagnostic.
Absolutely, here we go. My diagnostic conclusion, that's not a friend. That's a side quest villain. In other words, anyone ticking off a bunch of these signs is basically playing the role of a low-level antagonist in your story. And then here to support you, they're just here to stir the pot. So now that we run through all 20, you've got a full toolkit to spot those side quest villains from a mile away.
All right, in segment 3, we're going to be talking about the mind games they play. So, jealous people are emotional magicians. They pull tricks out their pockets like gaslighting, convincing you your feelings aren't real, projection, accusing you of things they're guilty of, triangulation, dragging innocent third parties into your drama, silent treatment, hoping you'll chase them, and fake concerns, just worried about you while stirring the pot. Jealousy is quite it's quiet warfare. It's psychological graffiti. It's sprayed across your piece. Shania, go ahead and read your part where it says I am.
Absolutely. Let's break it down. Here we go. I am now flagging these behaviors under grade A mess. In other words, these mind games are just prime examples of how jealousy tries to mess with your head. It's all about making you second guess yourself and creating chaos where there should be peace. So consider these tricks officially flagged.
All right, so in segment 4, we're going to learn how to protect yourself. Here are ways to armor up without losing your cool. Number 1, keep your circle tight. Point 2, respond calmly. Jealousy feeds on chaos. Point 3, stop oversharing with unstable people. Point 4, celebrate your wins anyway. Never dim your shine. Point 5, put distance where peace requires it. And the last point, stay focused on your mission. Don't get pulled into petty playground fights. Shania, go ahead and read your part where it says boundary.
Absolutely. Let's wrap that up. Here we go. Boundary update installed. Peace level plus 20. In other words, by setting those boundaries and keeping your focus, we're basically upgrading your peace of mind and making sure that jealousy can't find a foothold in your life. So with those strategies, you're well equipped to keep shining without getting dragged into the drama.
All right, in our last segment, we're going to be looking at jealousy threat index and the scoring system. So we do have a scoring system. I hope that you added up all your points. This is where the audience grades their own situation. Every sign on that list counts as 1 point. So make sure you add them up. All right, Shania, go ahead and read the grading scale where it says add them up.
Absolutely. Let's break it down. Here's the grading scale. Add them up, and if you scored 0 to 4 points, that's a low threat. They're salty but harmless, kind of like unsalted fries. If you scored 5 to 9 points, that's a moderate threat. So keep your boundaries tight and your eyes open. For 10 to 14 points, you're looking at a high threat. They're plotting, so monitor that behavior. And if you've got 15 and 20 points, that's a critical threat. Protect your peace, distance required, and do whatever you need to keep yourself clean. So that's the jealousy threat index.
All right, read the part where it says critical threat level.
Absolutely, here we go. Critical threat level, recommend emotional evacuation. And in other words, if you hit that top tier on a jealousy index, it's time to prioritize your peace and step back. Basically, nice your cue with some serious distance between you and that person because your well being comes first. So there's your final safety check.
All right, Shania, what do you think about our show so far?
Honestly, I think it's been a blast. We've tackled the sneaky world of jealousy, armed everyone with a solid radar to spot those green eye behaviors, and hopefully have something ring away. It's like we've just handed out a secret decoder ring for dealing with the drama. So it's been a pretty awesome show.
All right, well, jealousy isn't your enemy, it's confirmation. It means you're moving, growing, glowing, and showing what's possible. Your success is a mirror. Not everyone likes what they see, but don't shrink, don't dim, don't apologize for leveling up. Shania, go ahead and read where it says exactly.
Absolutely, here it is. Exactly. Shine so bright, the jealous ones need sunglasses. In other words, your success is your own spotlight. And if someone can't handle it, that's their problem, not yours. Just keep shining without apology.
Well, this has been the What's Up Show. Keep it clean, keep it classy, and keep it real. Keep shining, even if it blinds a few haters. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, indeed? That's the perfect way to wrap it up. We've handed out the wisdom, kept it classy, and hopefully given everyone a good laugh along the way. So just remember, keep shining, keep it real, and let the haters find their own sunglasses. This has been a blast.
All right, thank you, Shania, for being a co-host on the show today, and we'll see you on another edition of What's Up?
You're absolutely welcome. It's been a blast co-hosting with you, and I can't wait for the next edition of the What's Up Show. Until then, keep it shining and keep it real. What's up? What's up?